Okay, you can see Marduk is still outside in the snow, and that is because I've been working on cleaning out the garage so I can work on the bits to get her moving. You can see these are some mech parts that are going to be going into the hangar, and also a little shelf that'll be going into the hangar too. Some garbages here, but you can see I am starting to clean out the floor a little bit, so actually getting some space to do stuff in here. Straightening things up. It probably doesn't look straight, but it looks better than it did if you look at the previous video. Got a shelf for some various little bits of metal, various sizes of wood, the power cables, extension cords and stuff, a heater in case it gets too cold, some various metal bits for actuators, paint cans, a couple winch motors I'll be using for Marduk's right armpit joint, which I'll be making a video on at some point. Some various automotive liquids and things, and spray paint, because you got to make the mech pretty, even though probably a lot of the spray paint hasn't actually shown up on the projects yet. More cardboard boxes for my cardboard box collection, because eventually I'd like to make a video of Marduk walking through a big wall of cardboard boxes and breaking, which will be fun, but again, that'll take some time. Some various foam bits hanging out of Carrie. As I might have mentioned before, she is currently had some of her parts cannibalized, but eventually I will put her back together into a little robot to drive around. Also, I got a little thing full of various lubricants and such, and even a little 12-volt inverter that I can use to connect to a car battery and run some small power tools in case I ever bring the mech out into the field and need to do work. And of course, you probably saw the snow outside. This tractor has been a lifesaver, having a plow to actually push all the snow around instead of a bucking snowblower, which is behind the mower deck there. I won't go digging into it. But yeah, I'm getting things cleaned out so that I can work on the new tread system for Marduk. So then once I get that done, I will be able to move her into the Mekhanger. So we'll just go and see the tread system. I know I've made a video about it before. I think maybe made a funny little short or two. Got some junk under here that I'll be getting rid of at some point and organizing, including some of the tractor peripherals, and get rid of this exercise bike thing. Anyway, this is the tread system that I'm going to be slipping under Marduk. 4 treads. It's got 4 2,000-pound winch motors, which means it's going to suck up a lot of juice when it's running around. So maybe get a good 2 minutes of driving out of a standard chunky car battery. It also depends on if I do any power distributing, because Marduk does have 4 big size car batteries in her, and maybe I could get each one of these running off a battery, but then I would have to figure out how to, get all their speed synchronizing. Otherwise, Marduk might do some crazy donuts or just not even drive anywhere. So, we're just gonna go take a look into the Mekhanger. Hold on a sec. No. I was thinking I might need to put on some lights or something, but it's pretty light out. There's a sun. We've got about a half hour of sunlight left, so we can go ahead and take a little peek inside. And it feels like somebody is working on their wood stove, so getting some heating going on. So we'll just open this up. I did order a sliding door kit that I'll be slapping on the front of this. So there will be like some big 10-foot hanger doors on a wooden frame in front of it. So it'll look very nice and sci-fi. But we'll have to also get lots more wood in order to do that. But nothing much has really changed in here, except that I've got a Ethernet cable in here now. So I can hook up a little Raspberry Pi or something, maybe try to do some live streaming in here. That might be fun. Also, depending on how the rumbling traffic is appearing on the camera. I know that last time it didn't show up much, but who knows? Anyway, again, as I mentioned, nothing much has actually changed in here, but I have gotten some new ideas on what to do with the Talos cockpit here. I've been looking at the Gain Steel Battalion. And I'm thinking, hey, what if, before turning Talos into a full-size mech, I first make it like a mech simulator. So people can, hop into the mech cockpit and play a video game. And that sort of thing would also serve as a foundation for a new, sort of GUI system for Talos. Because I was previously using, like, a Python from scratch to do the, GUI stuff for Marduk. However, I've come up with the brilliant idea of what if I made a Unity game that would read from a JSON or a notepad file that Python writes to. So I could have Python reading all sorts of peripherals and stuff, and then it would send all that information to a text file, which then Unity would read, and then put it onto fancy user graphics and stuff. And now, actually, you can even do, like, webcam textures with Unity, from what I've heard. So, I could even have a, big camera system with, like, some both, real-life and virtual gauges. Just like in, Steel Battalion. That would be, I think, pretty nice. But, I've been slowly, dealing with the snow. Just about every time there's snowfall, I brush snow off this roof because I want to make sure it lasts. Eventually, I will probably be reinforcing this with more tarps and some actual, probably 2x6 wood. I'm not sure if it should be pressure treated or not, since it's going to be undercover most of the time. You can see I've got some of my pressure treated collection right here. I need to go bring my other lumber in here so it can stay undercover and somewhat safe. But, yeah. I suppose this is the second sort of rambly update video of me talking about stuff I'm doing, what I plan for. Again, eventually I want to make a how-to video for Judd McStud here because, being the first, real mech project that I did, I should actually, tell people how they can build their own, because Scoutronics wants to sell theirs for $90,000, and it's like, no, you can make one for much cheaper. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm seeing people building stuff online, and I'm like, that should be so expensive. So, yeah, just me rambling and waffling on, but, try to make some sort of long-form content and, feed the algorithm and all that. I was actually notified that YouTube told me that the channel hit 2,000 watch hours a little while back, so that is actually quite good, at least I think, because I make this pretty crappy content. I pretty much think it's crappy because I have... Whoop. The gimbal's dead. Save it. Oh no. Ah. I think the oh nope. Ah. Okay. Whew. There was a power. I put the I used one of these fancy camera holders for my smartphone, and I forgot to charge it, so it's freaking out. But yeah, I try not to do that whole clickbaity sort of content just because, I've seen other companies like Megabots fail because they weren't honest about their giant robot stuff. So I try to be the change that I want to see, and I try not to be so clickbaity and that sort of thing. It does mean that my content doesn't get as much views, but at least I feel honest with myself because it would be really easy to lie about the extent of what all my stuff could do. But anyway, that will be it for this update video. If you do enjoy my crappy, wanting to be honest content, be sure to like and subscribe, share it with others, and I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.